and welcome to our interview session. So today, before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Alif bin Abdul Hadi, and I am currently a student working on our intercultural communication project. So I'm really excited about today's session because exploring how different cultures communicate help us understand each other more better in our diverse society. So now I'll pass the floor to my interviewer.
Thank you, Alif. And my name is Muhammad Khair bin Muhammad Khalid, and I am the second interviewer for today's session. Like my partner, I am very passionate about I am very passionate about learning how cultural backgrounds shape our everyday interactions, language habits, and how we handle conflicts. We are incredibly grateful to have a very special guest with us today. So please join us in welcoming our fan.
Yes, a very warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us and share your personal insight into Indian culture and communication styles. We really appreciate your help. So, to start things off on a fun, relaxed note, if you had to introduce someone to Indian culture through just one specific dish or comfort food, what it be and why?
Thank you so much for guys having me. My name is Nafis. So I'm really happy to be here first and help you guys to pick up your project. So it's a very good question though. If I had to pick one dish, I would specifically and definitely choose biryani, served alongside with a warm cup of masala chai also. Because in Indian culture, right, food isn't just about nutrition, it's more about it represents hospitality, love, and also community also as well. So preparing a dish right like biryani requires a lot of time, patience, and a blend of many different spices working together to get the right pieces and harmony also as well. Which is why, honestly, a lot of in our culture itself, right, basically it requires a lot of this stuff also as well. So sitting
Mm.
down with our guests over food or hot tea is exactly how we break the ice, like getting to know each other, having updates also as well, and how we respect and build deep connections in an Indian household. So it's where all the best conversation will be happening also on that exact day.
Okay.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Let's dive into our first academic topic, which focus on communication styles, specifically regarding directness versus indirectness.
So the main question, do you think Indian communication styles lean more toward keeping the piece indirect or being blunt and straightforward or basically direct? So
Hmm.
what about your opinion?
I think for me, it's more on like the traditional way of communication for us, right? It leans heavily toward being like indirect and keeping the peace. So it's like more on culturally maintaining like social harmony and showing respect for the hierarchy, which is the elders. Lah. And of course, everyone know elders are incredibly important also as well. So
Mm.
because of this, right, saying a flat, blunt like no is considered actually quite rude or confrontational. So instead of a direct refusal, right, we tend to use like a more softer word, which is like I will try my best. I think let me think about it first. So it wouldn't be like difficult to like having a two-way engagement also as well. So
Mm.
more of the time also we rely on the listener to read between the lines and understand that those phrases usually mean no. It saves face for both parties and prevent any like awkward tension also in the future or in the present.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, how do you navigate situations where you actually like need to say no to an elder or a boss without causing offense?
Hmm. It's a very good question though actually. So it really like give a deep dive also to the towards the rejections. So it requires a lot of diplomacy. You never start with no directly. Instead you acknowledge first their request respectfully express your gratitude or willingness to help, and generally explain the constraint when you are facing that issue. So, for example, so I might say that I would love to help you with this project, but I want to make sure it gets the time it deserves. And right now, my schedule is fully packed with other tasks also as well. So you soften the delivery rate by using a polite, humble tone and respectful body language like nodding and maintaining soft eye contact. Mm.
So does this indirect style ever cause misunderstandings with very direct cultures like Western cultures?
Actually, yes, it happens all the time for me. So people from low context direct cultures like the US or Germany expect clear, explicit answers. So if an Indian person says, right, I will try to come to your party, a Westerner takes that literally as a 90% chance they literally will show up. And also, like, dia macam mana, it's like in our minds, it was a polite way of saying, I probably can make it. When we don't show up, they might think we are unreliable when we
Oh,
were actually just trying to be polite.
all
So it
right.
takes a lot of conscious effort to adapt and be more direct when speaking with them also as well. Mm.
Okay, I understand it. So, for me, that makes a lot of sense, right? So, can we moving on to our next subtopic?
Yeah,
Can we
sure.
go? Okay. So, let's talk about language variation.
This one I like.
Uh, s- okay. Specifically, language gaps regarding humor and slang.
Mm.
So, do you see a major difference in the type of slang used between your age group and older generation, like your parent or your own relative? So,
Of course. So there's like
okay.
a massive generational gap here. So my generation, the slang is highly globalized and digital. So we blend in by using the English as an internet culture,
Mm,
social media memes, and
mm,
local languages together. So it's sort of like creating a hybrid slang. So we use
mm.
terms like no cap, slay, or ghosted, and mix them rapidly with like regional words. So
Okay.
on the other hand, older generations like my parents use a much more humor and also expression also as well. So their slang are usually most like consist of cultural proverbs, idioms, or witty reference to classic old movies or literature. They often find our fast,
Mm.
internet-driven sarcasm and irony completely confusing or even meaningless. So they don't really like understand us better.
Okay. I see. I see.
Mm.
Um, can you give some example of a slang word or humorous phrase that your parents would completely misunderstand the usage of it?
Mm. A good example is how my friends might use the word like pattern or scene. If a friend is acting dramatic, right, or creating an issue, some might say that don't create a pattern here. Or if we are
Mm.
planning a hangout, we ask like, what's the scene tonight? So if I say that to my mom, she'll literally ask me what movie scene or art pattern I am talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why it's like quite weird also lah. Oh, and another one is
Huh?
using how to say heavy sarcasm online. So my parents actually take sarcastic jokes very seriously and end up getting worried or offended also as well.
Mm. Okay. So do you find yourself consciously adjusting your humor or language when you're speaking to other family members to bridge this gap?
This one, of course, yeah, until now also as well. So it's like
Okay.
an automatic switch when I'm
Mm,
around the elders, right? So I drop all the internet slang and Western acronyms. So I switch to more formal, traditional, and respectful language. So it's like if I want to use humor, right, with them, I lean into like light-hearted stories about daily life or family events. And I do avoid irony or edgy sarcasm. because it's all
Okay.
about modifying your language to match the comfort level of the person you are speaking to out of
Mm.
respect of their age.
No.
So that is very, that is very interesting. So let's how about we explore your connection to your roots and your origins, which relates to cultural space. So since we know that you grew up here, we want to look at this from a Malaysian Indian perspective.
Mm.
So my question is, do you feel a strong connection to your specific region or hometown here in Malaysia? How does it affect your sense of identity and how you communicate with others?
Mm. I just want to appreciate you guys for your answer because it's actually very how to say it's actually very smart and detailed answer question also itself.
Mm.
So absolutely, being an Indian gives me a very unique sense of cultural space also. So my connection is like rooted here in Malaysia, where is my specific hometown like Brickfields, Kelang, or even Penang.
Oh.
So our identity, right, is a beautiful blend. We preserve
Mm.
our rich Indian heritage like traditions, language, our mindset, lifestyle, and communication are deeply Malaysian. So when I interact with others, right, I easily switch between speaking Tamil or English and throwing in some classic Malay words like makan or gari. It gives me like more of a sense of belonging because I belong to two rich worlds simultaneously. It's like a mixture of both also as well.
Oh, okay. I see, I see. So, how does your identity as a Malaysian Indian
Mm.
influence how you connect or communicate with the broader multicultural Malaysian community? So,
Mm. Understand? So it makes communication very like natural and
mm,
fluid
oh,
because we grew up in a multicultural environment where we naturally understand that cultural boundaries are sensitive of our like Malay and Chinese friends. So
oh,
so we share a common Malaysian cultural space through food, festivals, and Bahasa Melayu. So at the
oh,
same time, right, we bring our distinct Indian flavors, music like celebrations like Deepavali, Thai
oh,
Pusam, into that shared space, which everyone
mm,
really appreciate, and it makes our everyday communication inclusive also as well. Mm.
oh,
So, uh, have you ever met an Indian citizen from India? And did you notice any major differences in your communication styles?
Mm,
or your cultural spaces.
Mm, this one, yes, until now, definitely. While we might share a language like Tamil
I mean,
or a
yeah.
similar religious background, right? So our
Mm.
cultural spaces are actually quite different.
Oh,
Yes. So, for
I never
example,
know
right,
that.
actually, it's a lot. So that's why.
Oh,
So, for example, my slang, humor, and reference, right, are entirely
mm.
Malaysian punya.
Oh,
So they might use more formal or localized idioms from India that I really don't get.
mm.
Whereas like I might use Manglish phrases like lah or they that
Oh,
confuse them. You understand, right?
okay.
Mm.
Yes, I understand.
So yeah. So it really shows that geographical upbringing and the local Malaysian environment like shape our communication far more than just ancestral roots alone lah. So meaning we
Mm.
live and breathe with that words already. Mm.
Mm. Oh, so that sense of belonging is so important.
Yeah.
So, can we discuss to the core elements of respect and how understanding culture can prevent interpersonal conflict? So, basically, my question is, how can people outside your community show proper respect and demonstrate their understanding of Indian culture?
This one is actually very easy, like
Mm,
very very easy for an Indian culture side. So showing respect for in our culture, right, is Indian one. It's like, but
Mm.
less of what you say. It's more on
Mm.
about your actions, modesty, and you're mindful. So a great way to show respect is by acknowledging elders properly, like how we are doing also as well, such as like greeting them with a polite nod or like namaste or vanakkam. So removing
Mm.
your shoes before entering someone's home is like a basic common sense knowledge also as well, and being
Mm.
mindful of body language. So
Mm.
additionally, it's like showing interest in learning about our culture without judging it so much. So, and
Oh.
being an active, like patient listener when an Indian
Mm.
person is speaking goes a long way. Because once we talk, you really have to listen also as well. So
Oh.
it shows that you actually like value our values and you are
Mm.
willing to adapt and you're like willing to adapt and make us feel more comfortable also as well. So like there's a
Mm.
bond for it also. Mm.
Okay.
Okay, so now I wonder, but like us from outside of Indian community, what is some major cultural taboo or sign of disrespect that outsiders might accidentally commit and should easily avoid?
This one you guys you really have to like remember this also as well. So just want to share that because a huge one involves more on the feet
Mm.
and shoes. So
Mm.
for Indian culture, feet are spiritually considered the lowest unclean part of the body, while
Mm.
books, knowledge, and people are sacred. So if like example like you accidentally kick someone touching a book or a musical instrument with your feet, right, or pointing your feet directly at an elder or a religious
Mm.
altar is actually considered highly disrespectful. So if you
Mm.
exactly like after you do that, right, you 100% should quickly show a gesture of apology, usually by touching the person gently with your hand and then touching your own chest or forehead as a sign for reference. So examples like this also or like this.
Mm.
Mm.
So how does showing proper respect
Mm.
early on help prevent interpersonal conflict before they even have a chance to start it? Okay, sorry.
Mm. It's a very good question also as well. So how is showing proper respect early? I think it actually builds immediate goodwill and psychological safety lah.
Oh.
So it's an example like when an Indian person right sees that an outsider is making a genuine effort to respect our customs, like taking
Mm.
off their shoes or using polite titles, it signals that they actually like care about the relationship between them. Because our culture is like more on we value harmony. So this initial respect creates a safety net if a misunderstanding happens later due to language barriers or differing communication styles, we are much more likely to overlook it and give them the benefit of the doubt because we already know the intentions are good also. Mm. So that's on my POV lah, on how to show respect also
Oh.
to prevent that conflict.
I see. So that is a new
A new thing
a new thing for me. Yes,
Mm.
that's a new thing for me. So
for us actually.
yeah, for us.
We're
So
all learning also as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
True.
So now
We are going.
we are going to our final questions to
Mm.
throughout this interview. Um, this question, um, this question focus on characteristics of conflict, specifically on stereotypes.
Yes.
So, for you, how can cultural stereotypes affect communication and lead to internal or external conflicts within the Indian community?
This one actually really happens a lot to this day also. So
Okay.
stereotypes are highly damaging because they do reduce an incredibly diverse group of people into single lazy caricature. So, for
Mm.
example, right, Western media often stereotypes Indians as well, like being like tech support, workers,
Yes. True. True. So
doctors,
true.
or
Yes.
individuals with like heavily like exaggerated accents within the community or when interacting with outsiders. So these type of stereotypes right actually create rigid expectations, So people, right, will actually might judge your intelligence, your background, or your capability based on tropes rather than who you actually are. So this leads to people like feeling like boxed in, and
Mm.
also like create defensive mechanism like attitudes also, and
Mm.
stops genuine authentic communication from happening, which are
Oh,
which are actually easily sparks frustration and conflicts a lot.
oh, I see. So, have you ever had to personally clear up a
Mm.
stereotype about your Indian culture during a group project or a casual conversation?
This one, yes,
Oh,
quite many times also as well. So for in academic settings, right, for like school, right, so people sometimes assume that because I come from an indirect culture, I don't really have strong opinions or that I'm too timid to lead. So I have to like gently but firmly prove that being polite and respectful doesn't mean a lack of confidence or capability. I
mm,
also frequently have to explain that India isn't just like one monolith. We don't all speak the same languages or even
mm,
eat the exact same food also as well. So
yes.
breaking down those assumptions takes patience, but it's necessary so people see me as an individual also as well.
Mm.
So basically, by your experience,
Yeah.
what is your opinion? What is the best way to resolve a conflict that started because someone made a biased assumption or relied on a cultural stereotype?
Mm, for me, the best approach is open,
Mm.
like calm dialogue without immediately becoming overly like aggressive
Oh,
or defensive.
mm,
So
yes.
if someone makes an assumption instead of like attacking, right? So it's better to ask an like educational question like what made you think about our culture?
Mm,
So these things, right, forces them to reflect on their bias. Then you can provide the correct cultural context. So it's like when you educate them, right, rather than
mm,
lecture, people actually drop down their defense mechanism. They sincerely will apologize, and it turns a potential conflict, right, into a valuable
mm,
learning moment for everyone around us also as well, and
mm.
everyone involved also. Yeah.
Oh, so that is wonderful note to end on. So, um, like we all know, education and open dialogue truly are the keys to overcoming these barriers.
Yes, I agree with you, Alif.
Okay.
Yes. And also, thank you so much once again for sharing your time, your personal stories, and these deeply insightful answers with us today.
Mm,
It has been incredibly helpful for our assignment.
mm. Thank you so much for actually like having me on and taking as much time as possible. I'm pretty sure you guys are having a lot of tasks at hand right at now.
True, so
Exactly.
true.
But no worries, I'm here to always like be helpful, and we always are learning for each other also and well. And I do wish the best of luck for you. I'm really happy and like proud to actually be part of this project because it really shows that we're all one Malaysia together, and there's a lot of
It's
multicultural
true, so true.
that we can really like learn about as well.
Yeah.
Because some
Yes.
people they really won't understand also. So it's
Mm-mm.
our turn to actually like educate instead of like how to say like making the bad way of like provoking them or like doing like insults. So it's better to educate.
Mm.
It's easier lah. So
Mm-mm.
good luck with your final presentation and exam preparations. I really do wish you guys do the best also, not only in your studies and also after the studies also as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I think that's all from us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.